And then here we go. The NFC East.
Best division. Save it for last, baby.
Ooh. This could get ugly in this discussion, guys. I'm just warning you beforehand.
Yeah.
So
do you want to start?
Last,
number 4.
Last, I have the Giants, which might surprise some people.
No, I think I agree with you. I think the Eagles could surprise some people.
I have the Giants as last just because I don't believe this offense won't be completely pathetic again. Like you have reports that they're like the defense and the offense were brawling, and Daniel Jones was at the bottom of the pile early in preseason. Yeah. So they're all beating Daniel Jones's ass. The defense is tired of picking him off. The offense is tired of him. Like it's now or never for him. Their offense is talented, but their entire offense, their talented pieces on offense are either injured a lot or inconsistent when they are playing. And then if Saquon,
O-line's still terrible.
O-line is just horrible still, and they have a sneaky hard schedule. But here's the thing about the NFC East. You just never know, dude.
No, you never know.
You never know. Like the Giants could be the best team in this division.
They might come out and be going undefeated.
There were times during the season last year, because I went back and looked through this stuff, where the Giants didn't look bad. They had like a 6 or 7 game stretch where they either won 6 or 7 in a row or only lost 1 game.
It's because of that defense.
Yeah, the defense is good. But I don't think it's good enough to save this offense consistently if this offense is horrible.
I mean, Daniel Jones just can't stop turning the ball over. And I think me and you both liked him. He's just...
Yeah.
There's just something that is just not quite enough.
And it goes beyond Daniel Jones. I just don't believe in this offense. The offensive line's not good. Is Saquon even healthy? Like, I don't even know what's going on there.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know if I was at the top of the draft, whatever pick I'd be, if I would pick Saquon, even if I was like 6.
Oh, I was not drafting Saquon with a fucking... I wasn't touching him in fantasy with a 10-foot pole. But that pains me to say because he's amazing. Like, when he's out
incredible.
there, he's incredible. But I just don't feel
it seems like the only way to get him the ball is to like get him out in space and give him screens, because it seems like they can't hand it off to him.
Oh yeah.
Or he just gets murdered.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Do I believe Jason Garrett is going to draw up fucking plays, make that happen? No. It's going to be Saquon up the middle every time. We saw it for 10 years.
We saw when Romo had no line. I mean, Romo was running around
and we saw
everybody, man.
You could go back to the last days of Jason Garrett's channel, and we're crying about Zeke going out the middle for 1 yard every other play. Like, it's not a fun experience, and I've tried to tell Giants fans this, that we're excited about this move for some reason. So we both have the Giants at 4. That surprised me. I thought you'd have the Eagles there. But I'm assuming you have the Eagles at 3.
I do have the Eagles at 3.
But you're also a big Jalen Hurts guy.
That's the reason why. I think people sleep on him way too much.
I'm fast asleep on him.
If he's terrible, guess what? I like Minshew too.
That's true.
Let's get Minshew out there. I like that. I like Devontae Smith because I don't think Jalen Reagor's number 1.
No.
And then, I mean, you think they're going to be just a little bit more together as a team, because last year they were just so all over the place. So we don't really know the potential of this team, but I think just to write them off, I think is a little unfair, especially like we were saying with the NFC East. You don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, no.
And it's tough as shit to play in Philly. And anytime you're playing the Eagles, you know it's going to be a dogfight. Like these fools just play fast. They play hard. They have a certain physicality about them every single season. So I think just to write them off, like I think the Giants are way more candy soft than the Eagles. Like, and I like Hurts. Like I think just writing him off, and you're pairing him with Devontae Smith. Like, and now you got Rager as a number 2 instead of depending him as a number 1. Like, I just like their offseason. Like, I think they'll be way better of an overall team.
I mean, make no mistake about it. I think this team is still going to be terrible, but it's just I think they'll be less terrible than the Giants because, like I was saying with the Saints, if you have a good offensive line and a good defensive line, that is a good, solid foundation that you'll run into wins regardless. Mm-hmm. And let's not forget Carson Wentz. I don't think it can be overstated how horrendous he was. It's almost actually unbelievable. Not unbelievable to us, but unbelievable to people who thought he was good, that he was that terrible last season.
Awful.
And I'm not a Jalen Hurts guy, but dude, I mean, again, Wentz was just so bad that it's just... And their secondary is terrible, and that scares me because I see the Cowboys beating them twice, which rarely ever happens, but I just don't know a way they would stop that passing attack. Are good passing attacks. The thing is, when they go up against like squishy teams that aren't very good up front on the offensive line, or teams that aren't very good at stopping the run, which I don't even know what the fuck. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Miles Sanders. This dude is so unbelievably good, but it's like the Eagles are like, nah, we just don't want to use him every single year. I don't know what the hell that is. But yeah, I have the Eagles finishing third as well, even though I'm not high on Jalen Hurts. So I'm assuming you have the Washington football team here second.
Correct.
All right, so let's just talk about the Washington football team. I think they're good.
I think they're good too.
They went 7-9. They went to the playoffs last year, and they improved at pretty much every single position group.
Mm-hmm. No, I think both the Cowboys and the football team make the playoffs.
Really? So you have the NFC East sitting 2 teams?
Yes.
I don't think that's as far-fetched.
I think it's possible that the football team wins the division.
I don't think it's far-fetched that happens.
The Cowboys' history, I mean, we know how it is. I mean, I obviously we're both going to take the Cowboys to win the division. Slightly biased.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm planting my flag. I have the Cowboys at second and missing the division. and missing the playoffs.
Missing the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm planting my flag.
Okay.
I've tried.
You're out on the.
I really have tried to like get behind, but I'm looking at this defense and I'm just like, this shit's gonna suck.
I think it's gonna be much improved.
But like, why though? Besides feelings and emotions.
No, I think Micah Parsons completely changes the entire defense. I think it allows Jalen Smith and Vander Esch to not have as big of a roles. Vander Esch is going to be healthy. The D-line should be improved. The secondary is going to be young and inexperienced, but at least they're talented.
The secondary
have Trayvon.
The secondary will be the worst in the league.
I think Trayvon Diggs is better than anybody the Eagles have. I don't care about Darius Slay. I think Trayvon Diggs will be better than him.
Wow, I do agree. Darius Slay's overrated, but
I think Trayvon Diggs will be really good. I like Keanu Neal pickup. I like our draft picks. Gallimore, when he gets back, is solid on the D-line. I mean, I think we're going to be much improved. Dan Quinn, obviously, get the Mike Nolan as far away from the facility as possible. Yeah. I like our moves, and then obviously if the biggest thing with the Cowboys is health on offense. Even if the defense, we can't be as bad defensively as we were last year. There's just no doubt about that. It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in all my years watching football. And the main thing is health on offense. If we're healthy on offense, this team is a Super Bowl contender. And you can call me biased all you want, but I believe that. And I mean, that's just where I stand. I mean, the O-line is going to be healthy. Dak's back. Zeke is lost 20 pounds. He's cutting like I haven't seen him cut in 2-3 years. The receivers, I mean, it speaks for themselves. You got Jarwin coming back. I mean, the offense is we can't be as bad defensively as we were last year. There's just no doubt about that. It's one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in all my years watching football. And the main thing is health on offense. If we're healthy on offense, this team is a Super Bowl contender. And you can call me biased all you want, but I believe that. Yeah. And I mean, that's just where I stand. I mean, the O-line is gonna be healthy. Dak's back. Zeke is lost 20 pounds. He's cutting like I haven't seen him cut in 2-3 years. The receivers, I mean, it speaks for themselves. You got Jarwin coming back. I mean, the offense is stacked. I don't care what anybody says.
The offense, it's insane. As long as they're healthy, there's no reason this isn't a top 3 offense.
But going back to the football team, obviously top 5 defense for sure. And I love Rivera as a coach, and I like the Fitzmagic fit.
Yeah.
You got Terry McLaurin. You got Gibson year 2.
Curtis Samuel.
I really like Gibson as well. I mean, he shredded us last year.
Oh well, but that's not even commendable.
No, I know he's just really good though.
You could go out there and shred the Cowboys' run defense last year.
Maybe, probably not, but I think these two teams could really be interchangeable depending on more so what the Cowboys look like. Is the defense going to at least be a little bit improved? Like last year, we were depending on Jalen Smith running around in zone coverage. Like, I don't want to see him in a zone coverage one time. Like, and Michael Parsons goes edge to edge. I think right off the rookie year, he's going to be, a really, really, really good player. I think having a linebacker like that affects your whole defense scheme, everything you got going on. So. I mean, I'm going to be confident in my team. I believe in Dak Prescott more than anybody on the planet. You know that. Mm-hmm. So I think we could do it. But I think the football team's going to be tough, no doubt.
Yeah, and in my notes here, I have the Cowboys as 1. But as we've been going on, I've just been thinking about it in the back of my head, and I'm just like, man, this would have to be
somebody's got to do it.
This would have to be some type of monumental, almost historic change of pace for this defense for them to not be bad again. That's just
So
the
you
way.
think about it. What? It was only like 2-3 years ago that we were like less than 10th in points allowed. We were
Yeah,
like
but
top
then
5.
if you dove
And their
deep.
defense wasn't that good. Like me and you both thought that was overblown.
Oh yeah, if you dove deep into like the stats, our defense was massively overperforming.
That's what I'm saying.
But a lot of that had to do with us running the ball a trillion times a game. Our offensive line's not as good as it once was.
Let's get back to that formula. Like,
But
let's
our
feed
offensive
Zeke
line
more.
isn't as good as it once was. A lot of these guys are like, the reality is Tyron Smith's going to miss time. He's going to miss time.
It's all depend on health there.
Lyle Collins hasn't played football in it feels like 5 years. Like, there's a lot, and those guys are fucking studs. Like,
Yeah.
again, the offense, I'm not worried about the offense because if the offense is facing injury issues, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Like,
I agree.
If the
Like,
offense
I
is
will be
injured,
out
if the offense isn't top 5, we are going to be really bad. This team, even if they make the playoffs, I don't think they're a Super Bowl contender this year, and that's okay for the Cowboys. I really think that's okay because I like some of the things they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
They have enough solid pieces on defense. They need 2 or 3 like big time game changers defensively. Preferably in the secondary.
Do you think Parsons will be an elite linebacker?
Micah Parsons will be an elite linebacker, but I've been telling you this for however long. The linebacker position, out of all the positions on defense, if I had to pick one game-changing player, the last position I'm selecting is the linebacker.
I completely disagree with
I
that.
would rather have a game-breaking corner. I would rather have a game-breaking interior defensive lineman, a game-breaking edge rusher.
I completely disagree.
All right.
I think you look at the Bucs defense. And
Yeah, but the
think
Bucs defense has a disgusting front. They just have a disgusting defensive line. They have a very good secondary.
their entire linebacker core is ridiculous.
Yeah, but I do agree. The linebacking core is amazing, but everything else plays into that linebacking core getting the most out of that linebacking core.
I almost think it's flipped.
Really?
I think that having those linebackers helps everybody else.
But even before like a Devin White took a huge step forward, they were still one of the best run defenses in the NFL because Vita VA was just in the fucking middle, just hugging guys like triple teams and making stops.
But I think Dallas picked up some good D tackles. I really think Gallimore is really solid. Now he got hurt, but I think he'll be ready by week 2.
I think Osa's solid too. Like this is the thing. Like we're just talking about, oh, these guys are solid. They're okay. Like we just need.
They're young. They're young. We don't really know, but at least we addressed and got some talent, right? Like
yeah, I do agree.
That's what I'm excited about. At least you got a real football coach on the defensive side of the ball. Like holy shit.
God, we'll see. We said the same exact thing about Mike Nolan. I will not make any comments about coaches from here on out for any team. Because I just don't know. You just have zero fucking clue. And I want to be clear, this is it for Mike McCarthy. If he doesn't make the playoffs this year, I am ready to move on immediately. I don't want to get stuck in this, we have this coach for 10 years. If it's this year or nothing for Mike McCarthy, for me.
No, if we're healthy and we miss playoffs, I might just turn in my fan card. Like, I might just be a football team fan.
Wow.
Or I might just be a Panthers fan, full-fledged.
Oh, are you sure you're not a Panthers fan already?
I might be.
You might be. But I think you look at the Washington football team, I think they're easily the best team in the division on paper.
Probably overall.
Like, their defense is, I mean, dude, this.
But are we really putting that much stock in Fitzmagic? Like,
no, but I'm putting that much stock in that disgusting defensive line. That defensive line is disgusting.
I think the way I kind of just go about picking the way I'm going right now is the best quarterback, and I think Dak Prescott is by far the best quarterback.
Oh yeah, Dak is. I mean, that's not even a competition.
That's who I'm gonna rock with.
But defense is so important too. Man, this team
I think the defense is gonna be much improved.
This team, I could see Washington football team winning 13 games, but the reason why I am a little bit hesitant.
Schedule for the football team.
No, they got a brutal schedule.
That's
the reason why I'm a little bit hesitant on them. Is their schedule is brutal. They got that first place schedule because they fell ass backwards into the playoffs last year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it is
I mean, other than the Giants, week 2, you got the Chargers, the Bills. I mean, the Falcons, the Saints, Chiefs, Packers, Broncos, Bucks. I mean, shit.
Yeah, it's a brutal schedule. And
then to finish, the Seahawks, Raiders, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants. That's
they got five
right there.
Five divisional games in the last 5 games, and we know how the NFC East gets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough. It really is.
I think they're solid, but I'm not ready to just saying 13 wins, running through the league.
And also keep in mind, no team
Fitzmagic is solid and he's an upgrade, but let's not act like he's out here going to be a top 10 quarterback or something.
No, yeah, but they had probably the worst quarterback group in the NFL last year, or at least one of them. Like Alex Smith was a good story, but he was horrible. I mean, if you watched
he
him
was not
play,
good.
he was not good. But the thing was,
I think Fitzmagic, and I think it's a good fit too. I don't know why I think that, but I think it's just a good fit.
And Taylor Heineke's good, but it feels like for the first time in a long time, Fitzpatrick is somewhere where it's like you're the quarterback unless you completely fuck up.
Right.
Like you are the starting quarterback of this team unless you completely and we're expecting to win. It's not like you're like some bridge quarterback and we're gonna be shit and then we'll move on from you. Like we're expecting to win.
He's had this good of a defense either. Like
I don't know. I do agree with that. This defense is gonna be disgusting. So I don't know. The NFC East is always disgusting. It just is always unpredictable.
Anything could happen.
No team has repeated as NFC East champions in like the last 20 years. So
Cowboys could have injury problems and be last.
Yeah, I mean that is the thing too.
It's not far fetched.
I mean the Eagles could win the division. Like it's every year you're like.
I think so. I agree.
I look back on our picks from last year. We both had to watch the football team going 3-13. Now, granted, they went 7-9, so it's not like they were world beaters, but you never know.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking back at other publications last year. The Cowboys as a top 10 team. Of course, the Cowboys were super injured, but
yeah.
So that's what we got for the NFC. So for the NFC East, we both have the Giants last.
Mm-hmm.
We have the Eagles third, and then a flip flop at 1 and 2. That is very interchangeable. I have Dallas second, Washington first. You have Dallas.
The whole division's interchangeable.
Yeah, that's very true. The whole division is very interchangeable.
It's a shit show.
It is an absolute shit show.